We ought to form a group. What will we call ourselves? We played around with names. I didn't like Pro Musica very much, but the Brussels Pro Musica had been very famous. And Noah really he thought that was a good name. We would call it the New York Pro Musica, and that's indeed what happened. And we gave our first concert at the new school. There was a very big audience of more intellectuals than necessarily musical people, but it was very, very well received, and I remember we did everything that we knew. It was the longest program in the world. It could still be going on. I mean, we just sang, and it was, again, very successful, got a lot of nice notices. And then the ship had sailed. We decided, well, we would just go and give more concerts. And so I was part of the Pro Musica for a good many years. We would go up in the country in the summertime, all be together and prepare music for the fall and the winter season. And we did that for a good many years, that routine of summer rehearsing. We'd give concerts up in the Tanglewood area, and as well as in the wintertime when we came into New York, and then began touring and traveling around to the point where I got so many different things that I had to do that eventually I had to drop out of the Pro Musica, though I still remained great friends with everyone, and had a career as a solo countertenor singer. I can remember singing things of course, with the Philharmonic and with the Chicago Symphony and with the Buffalo Symphony and lots of different places, and I had a fine career doing that. I think one of the most important things that the Pro Musica did while I was a member of that organization was the play of Daniel. That's a very interesting, at least it's interesting to me anyway, how that all began. You know, it was a great medieval musical drama that music historians knew about. It was talked about and written about, but nobody had ever heard it. And Noah got the bright idea, let's do this. And so we all decided, fine, we'd enjoy doing it. And he got a lot of different scholars together to put a performing edition together for us. Now this meant things like the medieval manuscript has no indication of rhythm. All of that had to be straightened out. What rhythmic mode did these various tunes fit into? And there were, many musical questions that had to be solved by music historians, and that all was done with great satisfaction for all of us that were involved in it. Anyway, we were busy. The Pro Musica was giving a lot of concerts. This thing was to be given its premiere up at the Cloisters, which is the medieval division of the Metropolitan Museum. And we had rehearsal time scheduled. I was very busy, it being Christmas, with a lot of other things. You know, I was singing with the Philharmonic. I sang with Leonard Bernstein and the Messiah. He'd asked me to do that. I did evening Christmas Eve programs with Alexander Schneider in the middle of the night in Carnegie Hall, and I was the soloist with. So I did. The point is, there were a lot of things that I was doing, and others as well. Plus, the Pro Musica regular concerts. Hardly a night went by that we weren't doing some singing, and especially me.